Hi everyone, I'm Christian from Tanuki, and this is a sort of impromptu look at the box protectors from RetroProtection.com. Before we get started, I'd like to clarify that these were not sent to us as review pieces. I was simply looking to protect my personal Fire Emblem collection, was referred to Retro Protection by some hardcore collectors, and ended up buying several of the protective casings. Some of you might actually be familiar with them. I obtained several different kinds of protectors for my personal collection, but I figured I have these, I might as well make a video in case any of you were interested in protecting your own collections and were curious about Retro Protection. Now, I've got plenty of the Retro Protection cases to go through. I'll just show off a few of them here for you. Let's see how they work out. We'll start out with the protector for the Japanese Game Boy Advance boxes. I'll just sort through the dozens and dozens of protectors I've ordered. Famicom, Super Famicom, GameCube and Wii, DS, 3DS, CDs, amiibo, Game Boy, and Japanese Game Boy Advance, among others. Okay. As you can see, this is what the protector looks like upon sorting through your shipment. It doesn't come with instructions, but it should be easy enough for us to figure out on our own. Okay. Okay. I guess it just opens up like this. We'll go ahead and increase the flattened corners. Then it just seals back up like a regular box. That's easy enough. It just closes like that. And if the flaps go on that side, I'm guessing this would be the front then, so that both flaps would end up on the back and out of view. Now, these cases are meant to be used with the original manufacturer's seal. So I guess I can just fold that one up. Fold this one nice and neat. Actually, I'll probably just open this protector back up again just so I can fold the seal from that side. There, it just slides in like that. Let's go ahead and open this up again just to make sure this is folded properly. Oops. Now, obviously you can't tell from the camera, but I really do like the feel of these cases. They're made of archive-grade PET plastic, which is completely clear and safe for your items. Close that flap. Seal that up. The tabs have a sort of locking feel to them to make sure they don't come undone. Okay. That's actually a very nice fit. Alright, so now my copy of Fire Emblem Binding Blade for the Game Boy Advance, the Japanese Game Boy Advance actually, is very well protected. It does slide around a tiny bit, but obviously shaking it around like this is a bit extreme, and like I said, the protectors are designed to accommodate additional plastic around the actual game box itself. Plus, if it's too snug, it's going to make it hard to insert the game in the first place, and then take it out if you ever need to. And too tight if it could potentially damage the item if you're repeatedly inserting or removing it. So that's very well protected. Let's move on to the International Game Boy Advance box, which is the same as the original Game Boy and the Virtual Boy. Go ahead and fold these into place. Now this one's not sealed. This is an open copy, but it's still in good condition and I want to keep it that way. But because it's not sealed, I don't have to worry about folding up the original plastic. So we'll go ahead and insert that into our newly folded box here. Both flaps down. Simple as that. Again, very good fit. Barely moves around. That's going to be very well protected. Next we have the DVD cases. They are somewhere here. Oh, they're on this side. Again, you can see, simple as that. I'll go ahead and fold one of these just so I can drop the case in. Alright, let's make sure everything's in there before I finally seal this up. Sweet. And for those wondering, yes, all these items in front of me were purchased brand new upon release, except Binding Blade because I didn't have the means to import when I was in high school. This one slides around a little bit more, but it's pretty negligible, I think. Oh, it's a good fit side to side. Yeah, it's just top to bottom where there's a little bit more give. So that's that. Now here, this is I actually have a ton of Fire Emblem soundtracks. This is a standard CD jewel case. This one's still sealed. Let's grab that one. While I'm doing this, I'll talk a little bit about RetroProtection. They're independently owned, and they're fantastic with communication and questions you might have. I actually contacted the owner, his name's Dan. I contacted him regarding the protectors that weren't listed on his site. I was asking about the Japanese GameCube cases, specifically for the Japanese version of Path of Radiance. But he explained that because of the low demand for his current stock of Japanese cases, specifically for, let's see which way this goes. This way. Specifically for things like Famicom, Super Famicom, even the Japanese Game Boy Advance cases, that he actually hasn't ordered inventory of Japanese GameCube protectors yet. Hopefully, as more people buy more of his items and more of those Japanese cases start flying out of his inventory, he'll get around to ordering those, so that way those of us with Japanese GameCube games can go ahead and get some protectors for those. So that's the protector for CDs. Pretty good fit. Actually, very good fit. This thing's not moving around at all. Again, the CD is still sealed, so it does have that extra layer of plastic in between. But yeah, excellent fit. Now let's go on to the regular DS boxes. Now this one is also sealed, so it does have a thin layer of plastic still on it. Let's see. DS. And getting back to what I was saying earlier, fantastic customer support. Dan was very helpful in answering all my questions, even for items that aren't particularly standard size. For those of us that collect items aside from games, for example, I've got the Japanese Special Edition release of Fire Emblem If, aka Fire Emblem Fates, and that game comes in a different size box to accommodate an art book. The Fire Emblem Awakening original soundtrack is a 5-disc set, and it comes in a box as tall as a DVD case, actually quite a bit thicker, so those aren't going to fit in the usual DVD protectors. So I actually emailed asking not only about the GameCube cases, but some of those irregular items to see if he had anything that could accommodate those. He very graciously went out of his way to look into as many offerings to see if he had anything that might work. And he actually did manage to find something that was pretty close, and he then sent those along as well. We'll take a look at those in a little bit. But yeah, if you're wondering about the ordering experience from RetroProtection, they're absolutely great. And it looks like they've ordered some fantastically high quality protectors here. Okay. This is very, very snug. Actually, okay, let's fold this a little bit better here. There we go. There we go, that's a much better fit. So that's the regular DS case. There's still maybe a little bit of give front to back. I don't know if you can see that. There's a very small wobble, but again, very, very close fit. Now this one, apparently they just got in specific cases for 3DS because they're thinner than the regular DS cases. So we'll take a look at that. They're somewhere here. Let's see, those are amiibo. Oh, some of these protectors are from amiibo. If I have time, I'll grab some and take a look at that, since I know many of you are into amiibo. But I have to find the 3DS cases first. Here we are. 3DS box. Open that. I'll be completely honest, I'm a little bit on the clock right now because the new episode of Supergirl is about to come on, which I want to see live. Okay. Let's see which... It goes in this way. Once again, fantastic fit. This one actually barely moves at all, and this game is not sealed. Although I'm sure even with the original plastic seal it probably would fit perfectly. Very snug. Barely moves at all. Alright, now that we've checked out the protectors for games and CDs, let's check out something else. I've got a quartet of these babies, which some people refer to as first prints, which is kind of odd since figures aren't actually printed. But anyway, I've got some amiibo, and here's the RetroProtection protector for the amiibo figures. Same material? Not sure. I guess it just opens up in the middle here. There we go. Okay, it looks like the bottom locks automatically, but let's just make sure it does. Okay, crease the corners. Then fold in the flaps. Let's see, we'll want the flap in the back, so Marth will go in this way. Close that up. Locks in place. Perfect. Marth's legacy will live on for years. It'll be the same process for all individual amiibo, so I'll probably speed up the video here. Note that RetroProtection does have special protectors for the smaller non-Smash amiibo, as well as for the smaller 3-packs like the Mii Fighters and Splatoon amiibo. Finally, let's take a look at those non-standard items I mentioned. The Fire Emblem Awakening original soundtrack is as tall as a DVD case, but too thick to fit in the DVD protector, so Dan of RetroProtection hesitantly recommended the Mario All-Stars Wii box, which is more than thick enough to fit it, but it might be a bit too narrow side to side. We'll see if it fits at all. Okay, it looks like this is going to fit inside. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It seems like the more than adequate depth of the box is giving the sides room to bow out. Let's close this up. It fits. There's still some room front to back, and it's definitely snug side to side, but it fits without any kind of a struggle. My $40 purchase is well protected. Lastly, let's take a look at the Fire Emblem If Special Edition box, which comes with both the Hoshido and Nor versions of the game, as well as an art book that requires the enclosing box to be even bigger than that of the Awakening soundtrack. Dan recommended the Mario All-Stars protector for this one as well. Let's see how it compares to the soundtrack. It's just about as wide. It's close, so let's give this one a shot as well. Moment of truth. Yep, it's definitely snug, but I think it'll fit. Again, the fact that it's more than thick enough is giving the sides room to bow outward. We'll close it up. And it fits very well. So there you have it. These protectors are fantastic. If any of you are looking to protect your game collections, maybe you just want to keep them in decent condition. Even if you're not a die-hard collector, maybe you just want to keep the cases in good condition and keep them protected from, debris, dust, dents if you're moving them around or something. If you're looking to protect your games or cases, or even, even DVD movies, CDs, things like that, check out RetroProtection.com. I'll include purchasing information and stuff like that below the video. You can check that out. Once again, I'm Christian from Tanuki. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below letting us know what you think. See you next time!